In China, they call this the Destroyer 5. Here in the Philippines, it goes by another name, but I think the name Destroyer is quite appropriate because I think it might destroy the competition. This is the BYD Seal 5. Is it worth the money? Let's find out. Now, when BYD launched the Sea Lion 6 a couple of months ago, it proved to be a hit among Filipinos. Its plug-in hybrid or DMI technology was a good compromise for those who didn't want to have to deal with range anxiety but still wanted the perks of having an electric vehicle. Now, BYD is putting that same technology in sedan form factor. This is the BYD Seal 5. Now, like the Sea Lion 6, this also has BYD's DMI technology. Now, DMI is basically BYD's version of plug-in hybrid technology. Like most hybrids, it runs on both gasoline and electric power. The main difference is that on a plug-in hybrid, you can charge the battery from an external source, which you can't do on a regular HEV. And that makes a huge difference because as long as you have adequate access to chargers, you can actually drive the car without using any fuel at all. So it's basically an electric car with a gasoline engine for backup. On the left side of the car, you have your fuel cap. Now obviously that's where you put gasoline and that connects to a 48-liter fuel tank. Now on the right side is where you have your Type 2 CCS charging port. Now the Seal 5 only supports AC charging. There is no DC charging option. Now here in the Philippines, the Seal 5 will come in two variants. This right here is the premium, which is the top of the line variant. So this comes with a slightly bigger battery. The battery capacity is 18.3 kilowatt hours, which is good for 115 kilometers of pure electric range. The combined range is over 1,200 kilometers, which is about on par with the Sea Lion 6. Both the premium and the base variants come with LED headlamps and LED DRLs. Now this grill over here, according to BYD, is supposed to emulate what the ripples on the water would look like if you throw a pebble on it. You have the BYD logo at the center, and all current and future BYD models will feature this logo. It's no longer going to be the Build Your Dreams spelled out in big bold letters. The premium will come with 17-inch alloy wheels. You get disc brakes on all four corners. You get power folding side mirrors with repeaters. You also have blind spot monitoring here. So in terms of price, this competes with the likes of the Toyota Vios and the Honda City. But in terms of dimensions, it's actually longer and wider than the Toyota Altis Hybrid. In terms of specs, this beats the Altis in almost every way. So let me show you what's under the hood. Okay, so under the hood is a 1.5-liter naturally aspirated engine. Yeah, so this has BYD's DMI technology. The combined power output is 194 horsepower and 325 Newton meters of torque. It can also do 0 to 100 kph in just 7.2 seconds, which would make it one of the quickest sedans in this class. The Seal 5 can operate in both series and parallel hybrid modes. In series mode, the ICE engine would only turn on to charge the battery without turning the wheels. In parallel mode, it both charges the battery as well as turns the wheels. Now here at the back, you get this very thin LED light bar. You have rear parking sensors over here and a reverse camera. The trunk opens manually, and when you open it, it reveals 450 liters of cargo space. There's definitely enough space here to fit our sponsor for today. Introducing the AutoSport Mobility Scooter. The world's most innovative mobility scooter. It folds into a small suitcase size, and it has wheels so you can move it around like a trolley. It separates into two parts. It has leather seats and grips, an illuminated LCD dashboard, enhanced lighting for extra visibility. You can install optional armrests. It's perfect for seniors as it's easy to lift and unfolds in seconds. It has a maximum speed of 10 kph, shock-absorbing, flat-free tires, high ground clearance,
advanced braking system. Be free to travel anywhere, land, sea, or air. It has 20 kilometers of continuous driving range. Engineered with flair, designed with passion for performance. Be active, be free, be yourself. Atto Sport, moving life.
Okay, so we're now inside the Seal 5, and definitely this interior looks much better than what the legacy brands have to offer at the same price. You have a lot of soft touch materials here. The top of the dashboard is covered in soft touch material. This is soft touch right here. You have leather wrapped armrests and also door inserts. This is leather wrapped. You get these leather wrapped semi bucket seats. The driver's seat is power adjustable. The passenger seat is manually adjustable. You got a leather wrapped steering wheel. You have a lot of these nice looking patterns over here. Like on the dashboard you have this banig like pattern, which I think looks quite nice. You also find the same pattern on the doors and also on the center console. Speaking of the center console, you have a high center console over here, which gives the interior a cockpit-like feeling. You have a lot of your controls over here. The start-stop button, your EV button, and the HEV button are all here. You also have a volume control knob over here and a single on-off button for your climate control. Now, like most modern Chinese cars, a lot of the climate control settings are on the screen. You also have an electronic parking brake without a hold, and you get a rotary shifter over here. Now, the centerpiece of any BYD's interior is this huge 12.8 inch infotainment screen. It has Apple CarPlay, it has Android Auto. You also get a 360 camera, which you can access by pressing this button over here. The resolution of the cameras are very good. Now, like most BYDs, you can also rotate the screen of the BYD Seal 5. So it can go from horizontal to vertical, and the display adjusts accordingly depending on the orientation of the screen. You have a wireless phone charger down here. Now, in terms of storage, the glove box is decently sized. It's also dampened. You have a bit of storage underneath the center armrest, also underneath the center console. You have your USB ports down there and one 12-volt outlet. You have one wireless phone charger here, two cup holders over here, and you also have eyewear storage up here. Space here at the back is more than adequate. I have quite a lot of knee room over here. That's more than 7 inches of knee room. Headroom is also quite decent. I have about 2 inches. The flooring is relatively flat. There's a bit of a bump there, but nothing that would cause a problem for the center passenger. You got 2 air vents down there, 2 USB-A ports, and you got a foldable armrest with 2 cup holders. Okay, so we're now driving the Seal 5, and we're currently driving in pure electric mode. The engine is completely turned off. The Seal 5 can do 0 to 100 kph in about 7.2 seconds, which would make it one of the quickest sedans that you can buy for the money. It's definitely a lot quicker than its Japanese competitors. Whoa! Because it has an electric motor, the torque comes in a lot sooner. Like when you step on the gas, you feel the power right away and you get pushed back into your seat, which is not quite the same with most ICE vehicles. On most ICE engines, most of the power is at the upper RPM range, so you have to rev the engine out to feel the power. Here you feel the torque at any speed. Now, it may be quick, but it's not exactly what I would call sporty. The suspension is tuned more for comfort than for handling. It's definitely on the soft side. As you can see, there's quite a bit of body roll even at slower speeds like this. You can definitely feel the weight of the car. The steering is very light and doesn't offer a lot of feedback, but Like I said, it's not really a sporty crossover, so it shouldn't really matter. Let's do a U-turn here. The turning radius of the car is pretty good despite its long wheelbase. So far we're averaging 13.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And that's in full EV mode. Let's put it in HEV mode. So on the screen you can see if you're using exclusively battery power or if the engine is running. Right now the engine is still off even if I'm on HEV mode. Let's put it in sport mode nga pare. Okay, let's put it in sport mode. Currently in sport mode. Holy sh... Okay. Okay, it transforms to a different animal in sport mode. It's definitely a lot quicker. But still the engine is turned off. Okay, now the engine's running. During the shoot, I drove and idled the car for almost 4 hours. The ICE engine almost never turned on, except for a couple of seconds when I forced it to. It only happened when I set it to HEV mode and floored the pedal. And that only happened for a couple of seconds. So for those of you wondering what the average consumption would be, in the city it could be as low as 0 or close to that as long as you maintain a sufficient battery charge. Now here's my honest opinion on electric cars. I think they have a place in the average Filipino's garage, but mostly as a second car. With our infrastructure the way it is, most will still need an ICE vehicle for those extra long road trips, especially ones where there are no charging stations along the way. I think plug-in hybrids are a better fit for Filipinos who only have the garage space or the budget for one car. With its 115km range, you can use the Seal 5 as an electric car in the city, but still have the option of refueling at any gas station if you need more range. Now, up until recently, plug-in hybrids have been quite expensive. What BYD has done with the Seal Line 6 and now the Seal 5 is bring this technology to a really affordable price point. The BYD Seal 5 Dynamic sells for 948,000 pesos, and the premium will sell for 1,198,000. At these prices, I think it absolutely destroys what the legacy brands have to offer.